Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Map Making with Sparks. It's been a few weeks since I released something. I'm sorry about that. I was in Switzerland and I was a little bit far away from my computer, and I think taking the computer with me probably would have exceeded the 20 kilogram luggage weight limit, and I would have been walking through the Swiss mountains naked. So I thought it best to just wait till I got back. But yeah, we about 2 weeks ago, I released a video where we were doing a test of this map. I had two teams of four. Some of my friends were playing. We were looking for weaknesses in the layout and things like that. And quite a few redstone bugs became apparent. If you want to watch the video, it should be appearing on the screen right now. You can click on that link. It'll take you to the video. Pause this one and you can watch it and sort of see what happened. For this map here, the nodes worked very well. The paths aren't my problem. This is Crazyman's map. He hasn't decorated it yet, but he's drawn out the paths, and this is that's what he's working on. But there seemed to be a little confusion about this. For Crazyman's paths, some of the roads were supposed to be ones that anyone could walk on, and I quite like the look of that, but we may have to redesign it because a lot of people weren't sure if they were allowed to walk on it or not. The nodes work really well. This is like mark 4 or 5 of the nodes now. If I just scoreboard, teams join, light. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's lobby. I just added that one. I'll talk about that in a second. It's fairly explanatory. I should be able to cause these lamps here to light up one after another. There we go. Which is great, and once it becomes fully lit, new paths will open up for me, which is very good. We're currently on the light side of the map. Yeah, it seemed to work pretty well. There were a couple of bugs, most of which I have fixed so far, but I thought I'd just go through them and also have a look at these nodes in this episode. It's going to be a bit of a tidying up episode rather than the usual style where I try and focus on one thing. So first of all, when people are returned to the lobby, which is over this way, when they return to the lobby, they go through this little room. This one here, and then they get sent to the atrium, to the lobby, and people were taking damage. They get sent into this little box. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! This little box here, game mode 1, they get sent to the box, and they were taking damage while they were in this box, like suffocation damage. So the reason was, when you teleport somebody, you've got the X, Y, and Z coordinates, and the Y is the height. Normally, if you don't put a period and then a number like that, it will round it to 0.5, whereas these ones it rounds to 0. So the 0.5 on the end of these means you appear in the middle of the block. But this, I needed to change it to a 0.0, which I have now done, because before they were teleporting with their head very slightly in that top block and taking a bit of damage before they fell onto the pressure plate. So that's been fixed. There shouldn't be any more damage being taken. One guy somehow ended up on the wiring here. Nick Vegas, on his first round through, popped out of the box. I don't know if that was lag or what. I'm going to have to watch out for that. I do have some patsies to run tests with. Crazyman and Scary Nugget are AFK at the moment, and I can teleport them around to do tests. So for example, if I wanted to check that box is working fairly okay-ish, I could teleport them to me. And they are invisible because servers don't work very well, but they were teleported over to this box and should now be randomly, evenly distributed through this room, which is perfect. That worked very well, and they shouldn't have taken any damage. Other things, I added a few more command blocks here from when I first built this. The inventory of people wasn't being cleared when the match ended, which was silly. They would be being teleported back and they still had their armor and everything, which wasn't very good. I've also created a new objective, which you saw earlier, called Lobby, and you team even. And when they're in the lobby, you're all on the same team, which means you can't punch each other because, as I noticed during the test, as soon as people get bored, they start killing each other, and it's very unwholesome and sort of doesn't meet the map health and safety standards. I also give them some instant health. That's the effect number 6, which means that they're at full health when they enter the room. And I'm planning on adding a small clock which checks when a player has below full hearts, and then gives them another health boost so that people can't die in this room, just to make things a little safer. That hasn't been done, but that was most of the bugs fixed, well, most of the easy bugs, which were just sort of spotted as we were going. There were a few slightly trickier bugs to fix. I'm going to quickly show you the nodes while I'm here, and then I will show you the other 2 bigger bugs. So I've got the final, or the current final version of the node over here, and it looks pretty cool. It's narrower but deeper than the previous nodes, and that's mainly that was a bit of a frame rate drop. This is a pulse generator. So the nodes up here, they've got their lamps. I think I've explained this in a previous episode, and when you are on a light or dark team, which I shall do now, scoreboard, teams, join, dark, then the lamps will... I'd probably turn the clock off over here, haven't I? Yeah, I got rid of the clock. Okay, 1 second. Okay, the clock's running again. So as a member of the dark team, I should find that the lamps slowly go out as I stand on it, and as a member of the light team, they would slowly light up. Now I've left the area, so it will stop going down. When the biggest problem I was having was the reset, because here's the earlier design. It's wider but taller, and what it was doing was, a while ago I showed you this thingamajig down here, which the way that it resets these lamps. What does this command block say? The way that it resets the lamps is that it uses 2 comparators, and it reads the output from these droppers, and it works out which one is emptier and then sends pulses to the other one to fill it. So it's kind of, it balances it out. It works out where the items need to go to balance, and that was sort of basically a load of logic gate circuitry. And the problem I found with that was that for some reason, when it was working fine here, and then it seems to be positional based. I moved it over to Crazyman's map, and it stopped working, which was not good. So I had to completely rethink it. And what it does now to reset, using reset nodes T1. Is there no button for it? Okay. Well, I will do scoreboard objectives, add reset nodes T1. Was that it? Oh, I've got to add dummy as well. I'm just going to type it in here. Reset nodes T. Oh, there it is. Okay. So it uses pulse generators. So first of all, it completely... I can't remember which way around it is. We'll just go with this way. Maybe the opposite around. It completely lights the lamps, and then it half lights them. So it sends 8 pulses to 1 using this generator here, which generates an 8 pulses to one of the dispensers, which means all the shovels in this counter will be in one space, and then it sends 4 to the other one, which means that they will always be evenly distributed. And it made it deeper. There we go. So it completely fills, and then it sends 4 pulses to the other one, which is a little bit slower, but not too slow, and it works. It's the main thing. It uses pistons now, which I'm a bit sad about, but it kind of looks cool as well. So you'll see it sends 4 pulses, and then after a short delay, it sends 4 from that one, 8 then 4. So that now works, and that's the nodes I'm using and building into these systems. Let me show you the team selection system, because I quite like that. let's just head over to Crazyman's map. This is the very first. This was a prototype, simply to show you what I was going on about, and I didn't like it at all. So I kind of did a redesign. Again, this isn't decorated. It was just for the sake of sakeness, because I had this map test to go. I've got a team randomizer which works questionably well. Occasionally people ended up being stuck down here. I think they weren't set to teams properly beforehand. I think I fixed it. I was doing a load of tests with everybody. I can bring them over actually. Bring them over here and make sure everybody belongs to this, to the team lobby. There we go. So everyone's a member of the lobby team now. They are probably here. They'll probably appear shortly. There we go. I don't know why flying up here works, but it seems to. So that's Crazyman. A horrible amalgamation of the two. The way that the team randomizer works over here is kind of clever. I got the idea from Traslander. He had a similar system, although it was a little bulkier than this. I compacted a little bit. So you press this button, and it sends to this command block a random person who belongs to the lobby team is teleported to either the light or the dark balcony. So they are teleported up to a team balcony. The balconies are up here. There's usually iron bars here to stop people jumping back down. And then afterwards it tries to teleport another random person to the other balcony who belong to the lobby team, which means it'll do 2 at a time. If this teleportation command is successful, it outputs a pulse to this piston here, right? Which causes the piston to extend, like that. And by the time that's done, it's run through that repeater, and it can then be powered through that block, and then it goes round and round and round. As soon as it fails to teleport anybody to the first point, that drops and the signal can't continue, and then the randomization is complete and the clock is broken. These two wires going around here basically reset. There are team ready switches, which are here, light team ready, dark team ready. When you press this button, it pushes this ready thing out. If somebody decides to join the dark team, it will depress it again. It'll bring it down so that if there's any changes, the readiness is removed. Same with the light team. And basically any action involved in leaving a team, I could have pressed that button to get out, couldn't I? If I leave the team, it will reset the readiness of the dark team. And if I was to leave the white team, the same thing would happen. I'm probably too close here. Yeah, it won't teleport me, but that's how it works. And if, say, the dark team say they're ready, and somebody presses the randomize switch, it'll only teleport people who aren't in a team yet. I'm in a team, so I wasn't teleported. But if I add myself, scoreboard, teams, join, lobby. I was a member of the dark team, so I wasn't teleported. Normally I'd be up on that balcony. Now I will be teleported. And I think this is why some people weren't being teleported in our test of the map. But there we go. Is your head's on backwards, Crazyman. What's you all about? So yeah, that seems to work quite well. When both teams are ready, a little bit of logic happens. When both teams are ready, an AND gate down here, these torches here, and that middle torch turn on, and they announce that both teams are ready. It tells everybody in the area, and then it does a couple of things. It basically announces it's preparing the arena, and then it resets the nodes. So each node has a wireless redstone reset, and they have a name. So C stands for Crazyman to indicate that they belong to this map, and then there's node 1, 2, and 3. So those are reset, and there's a long repeater delay, which is how long it takes those nodes to reset. It will then give a countdown here. So 3, 2, you know how countdowns work, 1, and then finally it teleports all the dark team members to their starting point and all the light team members to their starting point. So I can show you that working if I press the ready switch both of these guys. I'm going to join the dark team just so that I'm up here. And you should see that both teams are ready, preparing the arena, it's resetting the nodes, and then it gives you a game start countdown. And I will be teleported through the equipment system, which, as you can see, there's a bug. I didn't get my armor, and all I got was an arrow and a golden carrot. Scary Nugget didn't seem to get anything, and Crazyman, who joined the white team, successfully made it through with full armor. That is one of the bigger bugs we have to fix. Interestingly, when it resets the arena, as a side effect, you know how these lit lamps fully light and then go halfway? It means that all of these nodes become fully lit by the light team and effectively are captured by the light team, which means the game is won. And because the game is won by the light team, everybody here is teleported back to the lobby. So something I have to fix is that if a game is going on, currently, those guys are over there, right? Anybody on that map will be teleported. So say some other two people come in here and they decide to join two teams and they press that button. Crazyman and Scary Nugget over there are having a jolly good time, and suddenly the game is won by the light team despite their best efforts, and they're gone. They've been teleported back to the lobby in the middle of their game, which is very disappointing because the nodes are reset. So I need to make sure that while this game is running, you cannot start another game. That's something I haven't fixed yet. Yes, that bug and the reason for this sign over here which says I got no stuff. I will show you how this works. This was my first attempt at an equipment system, and I had a feeling it was going to go horribly wrong. These platforms here are where your spawns are set. So if you're a light team, your spawn is set here, and the dark team is set here, and they take you through this system. So these are mirror images of each other. There's one for each team, and they do a couple of different things. They clear your inventory. They give you that's arrows, I think, and that is golden carrots. It may be the other way around, and it also sets your spawn point over there in case you hadn't. And then this system over here simply gives you a sword, a bow, and full armor. There's a button up here because I foresaw people getting stuck in here, which didn't happen. People just didn't get their stuff. So I need to completely rethink this. If two people go through at once, they'll both end up in here at once, and only one of them will pick up all the armor. Instead, people have been known to get 3 stacks of golden carrots and 1 arrow or something strange like that. So I need to rethink that. We're kind of running low on time for this episode. I'm not really sure. I kind of wanted to recap more than anything, show you what's been going on here and things like that. I'm quite pleased with the team selection system, and I've fixed most of the bugs. I'm going to finish this episode. We're going to put a regen detection system at the lobby so that when people are damaged, they are healed back to health. When I return to the lobby, I should also have my team set to lobby. Ah, here they are. See, you guys didn't get to finish your game, did you? Right. So, very good. I will set that up, and I'll be right back. If you remember last episode, there's a clock up here with a piston which turns the water stream off. Or rather, it turns off the detector which stops the water stream turning off. If a member of the game mode adventure tries to climb the water stream turns off to stop them getting up to the top layer, which is more of a silly thing. And that is an option which can be turned off here. I think I'm going to remove that because this health giving thing is going to need a clock. The reason I wanted to be able to turn this off is in case people wanted to have less clocks running. But if we're going to have rather than adding a second clock that's always running, I'm going to attach it to this. And we're going to get rid of the ability to turn it off instead. Which kind of works nicely actually, because then you can't see the redstone anymore, because you used to be able to see that very slightly, the particles from inside. So that makes things a little bit nicer actually. Okay, so the first thing we need to do to set this up is we need to add a new objective which detects player health. Scoreboard objectives add health of type health, which means that each player in the game will have a value, a number from 0 to 20, indicating how many hearts they have. I already added it. And then all we need to do to create this regen system is detect when a player has less than 20 health and give them a regen boost or an instant health boost, which I can do right here. Okay, so I think this should be right. I've never done this before. So if all players with a health score of 19 or less, I think, will be given a regen, an instant health effect, I think. Let's try this. That looked pretty promising to me. Yeah, I think that's right. So we should find that even though we can technically kill ourselves if we jumped too far, we should be pretty resistant to punches or idiocy on my own part from falling off things. But yeah, I think that seems to work. I just want to see sort of what happens if where's the way in? There it is. I want to see what happens if I fall off the top balcony here. Although I should be in creative if I'm up here anyway. Tally-ho! Ooh, yes. So fairly quickly, boost your health back up to full. That's very good. I could probably set the saturation to stop people getting hungry in here as well. Let me look into that a second. Okay. So I, as my stupid self, I jumped into the void and forgot to change my game mode. But it looks like I can actually survive this. Am I rising? Very slowly. It's probably easier to just kill myself. I wonder if I can kill myself. Yes, I can. Well, that was interesting, but it has made me realise that... oh, hey, Crazyman. Has made me realise that I should set a radius on that. Otherwise, people playing games are going to find it impossible to be shot to death. So a radius would be a good idea. But at least we know it works. Radius equals 40. Should do it. Anyway, it looks like it is possible to do a saturation as well, so I'm going to try adding that. Effect at all radius equals 40. What was the number? 23. Okay, I don't really know if that's going to work or how to get out. There we go. I guess I can run around in a circle for a little bit. Okay, so my hunger bars dropped down to 2 empty haunches. The only way I should be able to get that back other than eating is from that saturation effect over there. I have to change my game mode to fly over, but if I say game mode 1 and then game mode... Well, I cannot type. Game mode 0. The 2 haunches are still missing, so if those reappear, that's definitely because that system has worked. Probably teleport over actually from here. Do it like that. 2 haunches. 2 haunches. No, it's not working. Why not? Effect. Purple sparks. 23. Do I need to set a level? That healed half a haunch. So why is the thing up there not working? Is the radius too small? No, it's the same radius as the other one. 23. No? Doesn't seem to be regenerating. Okay, what about that? I added an amplifier of 2 and 5 seconds of healing. What does that do? Nothing. Okay, so this saturation thing is not working. Very strange. Even if I get rid of the radius thing, which I thought might have been messing with it somehow. Does anybody know what's wrong with that? But yeah, that's a bit of progress for this episode anyway. Let me know if anybody knows what's wrong with that saturation effect, what I've done wrong. It's probably something stupid. I would very much appreciate being told. I think the regen is good. Most of the bug fixes have been done. Next episode we will probably work on the item distribution not messing up when multiple people are running through it. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.